Chris Mo Towsay Labs back with more litho break. Not sure if I've shown. I don't think that's gonna work. But anyway, we're getting the Voxel system up and running. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna say it's pretty cool. But yeah, what do we got? What do we have so far? This is probably going to break the save load system and cause the character to just, die without the ability to get oxygen back. Should probably just fix that. It's a bug. Because the life support runs on the... Oh man, let's see. Yeah, there's just no way. We'll see. Oh man. And there's a lot of optimization that could be done. Yeah, see, I'm still losing oxygen even though I have oxygen tank. Anyway, so I might as well just stop and just go from here. Oh, let's not. Whew. All right. This is what we have so far. Pretty neat, right? I think it's pretty neat. Turn that off. Sites, simulation sites. What we've got going on right here is it's actually generating terrain. So the blue is just visual. It is absolutely visual. That's all for just what you can see. That's interesting. But you can see it's making terrain. Making lots of it. It's making so much terrain. This is 50,000 meters. This is in to make the game render. We actually have to pull everything in, or else it gets so far away that the floating point precision just is unreliable. However, moons are very big. So this is something that we're going to need to tackle at some point, is actually bringing everything down into what, like, this is a 99,000. You can see, like, it's just glitching out like crazy at this scale. So 99,000 meter, 99 kilometer radius. And that's big, but like a moon is way bigger than that. Way bigger than 99 kilometers. So yeah. So what we've done before is we've pulled everything in, and it worked. However, there's some issues with that too. Just because the radius of this planet is so big compared to the moon. Sometimes the moons will actually clip through the surface when it's doing its squished orbits. What do I call it? Oh my, so much fun stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna need to actually squish the planets and moons in time. That's gonna be a fun thing. But that's part of why we're going with the whole voxel system, is because we can do stuff like that. If we're generating the mesh, then we can modify the mesh a lot more easily. You can just throw an algorithm at it and be like, just squish everything with this one, function effectively. That's the idea, at least. I've never seen anyone do it before. But, I mean, in theory, it should work. But, in theory, anyway, let's not expand upon that. So, yeah, sky sphere. We'll need to bring everything in. Hopefully that will mean we can bring things in even closer. Actually, if we're gonna go with 99, we probably want to push them out as sort of close to the edge as possible. But this is not a flat sphere. Like, this is not a perfect sphere on the outside, so we're gonna need to make sure it's within probably like 95 kilometers. Yeah, this will be fun. But yeah, once you get like, this doesn't look good. This planet, but like once you're in close, it doesn't matter. It's so far out there. Oh gosh, why did it go white? What went white? Why are you white? What is this stuff? Where are you? Oh, okay. This is the error of putting our launch complex. It lost its position, so it errored out and put it right there. But you can't see that in the game. Yeah. Of course, I can't move. All right. That looked oh so fun. So first we need to fix those bugs. So all of these. Yeah, so what is it doing? Site core, grid occupant. So what? Let me just pull that in so you can see what I'm doing. Occupant is in. Probably the grid set. I'm guessing. It's 2-1? Yeah, 2-1. The grid set is. What is the grid set anyway? Site grid set. But we have a site grid set. I wonder if it's not set. It's probably not set. I probably messed that up. So site grid set. Come on. But also dot list grid index dot value. Thinking. Yeah. Erg. So it's going to still error on this because there's no, its list is not going to get up to that value. And oops. Or there we go. Because it's not going to be, yeah, there. Let's just see if that does anything. It's the fact that it got there and then errored out though. Yeah, I'm guessing it instantiated all of them and then they tried to position themselves. Which, yeah. Starting to think about doing the electrical stuff a little differently. Getting rid of the powered. Yeah, I think that would be the right call. Getting rid of the powered hexagons so that the grid is just for placement, and then literally when we're done with placing, we're not saving its grid index. But it's just position and rotation. And then we can reevaluate what hexagons are available based upon what exists. Because I don't really like the grid system with power. Yay, another change. It won't take that long. I literally had it working like what I'm thinking not that long ago. I think it was the first implementation of it was like that. But anyway, things change. Because this voxel terrain with the grids changing, with the terrain changes changing, the grids have to change. So therefore, I can no longer rely on the grids being there. Same thing happens with the buildings too. Yeah. Yep. All right. Anyway, that'll be more consistent because before, yeah, couldn't really link a grid from one to the other with power, unless you were to just put two poles down and link them, even if they were close enough to actually share power across the gap. Yeah. Anyway, so I think I'm going to. But let's see if we have no errors anymore, or no serious errors. I'm gonna say. Because it's kind of a big deal right now to be able to lot zeros everywhere. It's not even the lot zero for us. There we go. Oh, what am I touching? Am I actually colliding with this stuff? I shouldn't be colliding. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm definitely colliding with that stuff. Okay. Stop with the nav mesh stuff. I think. Well, is time going? I can check if the time is going. There we go. Time is going. Cool. So I fixed that. Shoot. All right. Anyway. Yeah. Do we just get rid of the hexagon grids? Like, ah, how important are they? I feel like they make the game so much quicker to set up and configure. Can't just toss them. Oh. Yeah, we're keeping them, but we're gonna change grid occupants around. That doesn't work. So grid occupant. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So oh, this is the buggy. let's go with something that's actually being used right now. Okay. Beaver. And what does it do? It's got a grid occupant, but then it unroots itself, which is cool. Neat thing. Local pose. So, yeah, here. Sure. So how do you is rooted? How do I do the whole? It's like I wrote all this code. It's like pre-AI code. Oh my gosh. I did all this, but I'm still not sure what's going on. All right. Find pose. Set pose. Yeah. It's like find the pose. Find pose of the grid. And then set pose. What are we doing with the save load though? This is I save load component. Instead of see doing this whole thing. No. So what? Nameable site anchor grid occupant. Rover navigator maybe? Got here. Local position, local rotation. So it's in the rover navigator. I feel like it should be in the anchor with this change. And the grid occupant will be for setting its position. But it's literally anchored to the site in this location, position, rotation, whatever. But the rover is just going to change its position location as it goes. And it's the same thing. But since multiple things use position rotation, it's just going to save its location. So the grid occupant will no longer use upon loading. It will no longer. Uh, got giant codec screen here. I don't use that. I use this. So deconstruction started. Yeah, so here we go. We're actually, wait, what? Should be local position, right? Public. So just to make sure it's all on the up and up. Oh, it checks to see if there's nav mesh modifiers in it, and then updates the nav mesh. Okay. It should be local position. I think we've been getting away with it because the site has just been at 0, 0. I would hope so. See, we'll see. Pose, but this is just a, yeah, it's doesn't have anything to do with world space versus local space. All right, so anchor to site. But we shouldn't be setting the pose on load. Like, yeah, see? So is rooted is, but And then this is where it was going. It was trying to set its position. Oh my goodness. Was trying to set its position, but ultimately didn't have a grid list to go from, so it was just. Oh. It was trying to get it, not set it. What we should be doing is clear my console. Yeah. Should have been doing this set. Grid. Grid. There. Then set it to -1 and return. Just what it should be doing now. Oh, this isn't going to be ES3. Grid index. It's saving the grid index and the pose. It's not actually setting the stuff. It is not setting the stuff. So where's the grid index and pose? Grid index. There we go. don't want multiple site places or stuff, information to be. So it's like either, yeah, okay. So I'm not going to be saving the grid index anymore. It needs to set the pose, which is then going to, that's going to save it. Also not going to save local pose. So the only thing that should be saved that will be saved is rooted. What? Oh, because it's not actually. Okay. So private set. Wait, really? That's not gonna work, right? All right. Oh, I tried so hard to get rid of that whole thing. Actually, I think I can. This is private. Oh, but the penetration. This guy. Change this name. How did I do that? Except to get it to go. sure I would do that. I mean, there might be some bugs that crop up from that. A bug. I can think of one where if we are trying to load in and the network hasn't gone yet, well then but I think what I want to do is say rooted. And then on network serialize wherever you are. No response. Yeah, there we go. I'm missing that. Uh oh. Good index. Anchor. I think that was missing. I might have deleted it. Whatever. all that anymore. I just pull that out. And then we don't have to check anything else. And then if it loads it in, it's a Boolean flip. Not a big deal. It's not going to happen that often. We're just going to deal with it. There you go. Okay. That's pretty safe. We didn't get rid of the extra Boolean. At least it's not. I still don't get how I should be using this network variable with loading into it. Because it's like pretty much everything that needs to be over the network also needs to be save loaded. But then you have this convoluted mess. I know I tried to combine it into a single thing, but didn't work out because some issue with the generic, using them as generics. You can't use it. You can't use generic inside of network variable or something. You need to be able to serialize it. That makes sense, but like, then you can't do anything. Yeah. I'm sure there would be a way, but no. But then there's no like easy way to save and load a network variable. You would have to, well, okay, I can think of a way. You would absolutely have to make sure that everything is spawned. Very doable. Before you load any information in. So that when you, so you know that everything's initially synchronized. There we go, over the network. And then you're loading into it. But anyway, it's not the problem to solve today. But yeah, if that were to come around, I would figure that out. So it's just like, oh man, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I need to like reload that stuff. Let's see if this works. If I load from path, what are we going to see? No errors. What? It is like throwing defaults in there. So all of these are at 0. But wow. That's a promising sign. So I should be able to just push these anywhere, really. Go for all put you here. Mule. least it won't be at 0, 0. I wonder if they're going to show up now. I'm not sure. They should have just shown up at 0, 0, right? Ah, who knows? Oh, I didn't. Oh, shoot, sorry. Oh, it's going to mess everything up. Stop. You can delete my site. I think. Not sure. No, because it's going to be a runtime. But it might. Oh, yeah. Who knows what it just tried to do? Anyway, scene. Okay, we're still here. So then we go save to path. Yes, yes. No errors. And did we actually have anything? Streaming assets. Right. Streaming assets starting. Yeah. Was this changed just recently? Doesn't tell me. But there's something there. Has a site. Give me a date, maybe. Anyway, show and explore. There it is. It was created today, a minute ago. Good job. There's stuff in there. Yes, and it is. It should be missing all the ore information because those are obsolete. Wow, that gets really compact. Well, relatively compact because there was a ton of ores. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then I go to load site. I say clear sites. Yes, I did. And then I should be able to actually fall on the ground. Oh, I see green. And I see blue. Okay. Yay, and I'm not running out of oxygen anymore. Oh, and all this mesh or this like the end of an era. this grid I made out of the hexagon tiles, it's gonna go bye-bye. Probably never to be seen again. I mean, some of the stuff is just test stuff. Just because I needed to test it. But it's still, it's gone. Should be able to jump down here. Yeah. You'll see like the, let's see, here. I think my shoes go through. Yeah. There's like a meter offset to the voxel grid generation between the rendering and the collision mesh. Not sure what that is about. Anyway, it should be the same thing, but also the asteroids are going straight through. They're going, oh, they're just like really far away. That should have hit. Let's see what's going on here. Let's hide the render focus. Yeah, there's our grid being generated. Yeah, there's all the stuff. Huh. That's interesting. Oh no, it's not gonna hit the grid. I don't know if it like hits this terrain and explodes or not. But until the simulation gets out to there, it's not gonna do it. Oh, closer. Oh, but that's the rendering versus the red line was the simulation. So it's actually not that close. Yeah. Still gonna miss. Anyway, just curious. Also, one thing I'm curious about is why it's so slow. Yeah, that's too slow. CPU is just chugging along. So what? This should be. Why is it getting layered as default? The chunks are in simulation, so yeah. Talk about some debug stuff. Okay, it's pretty. Anyway. So jump into here. And it's going to be generating these collision chunks. Just gonna fix it so it's collision chunk. I'm pretty sure it just creates game objects. Marks them, come on. Share chunk container. Come on, where is it? Load chunk. There we go. Should be creating a disposal. Oh, it's just item disposal. Okay. So insert game object. Okay. Inside this insert game. Collision layer. What? Private static int. Collision layer. World. Then why isn't everything here? On the simulation layer. Right. So simulation is 3. Procedural moon on the world config. No. These in radius. What? What was I in? BCC collision config. That's moon generation parameters. BCC collision generation config. Collision layers. Yeah. Why it's there, I don't know. It should just, I think it should just pull in. Anyway, now we shouldn't see it. We should no longer see any green in the game. That's all I'm checking for. I'm probably gonna sign off. Anyway, slow and steady is better than not. Better than nothing. So I don't see green. It's a good sign. And I just see blue streaming in. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, come on. Stop it. Yeah, really hard time while it's streaming in all this data. Now I should be able to fall forever. Whee! Yeah. This is fun. Even though there is a mesh being generated underneath. Oh, what? Huh? Oh, right, because it's the render focus. Oh boy, things are changing. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get going. Got some decisions to make. Am I going to focus on getting the site working or get the character so that they can just walk forever? Both will be interesting. Yeah. But like for someone who's not, if we have a server, if you have a server running, you should get like a lot better performance. We don't really have that working yet. Everyone has to be a host or a client. But if you are just a client, it should run like pretty smoothly after it's rendered in everything. Yeah. This will be interesting. Anyway, Remote Task Labs, I'll be signing off. Stay safe in the verse. I'll be continuing to try and stream as much as possible. Here's a yeah. I'm not sure what to do in terms of player versus site. Right now you can walk up to the console. Just don't walk off the console. Walk off that platform. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably work on getting the site so you can actually build stuff down. But having people wait for the site to load in, that's not going to work. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay. Stay safe indoors. I already said that. Doubly so. All right. Bye. Oh, someone talked a while ago. Oops. Sorry.